our second episode of Bacteriophage Talk, and I'm your host, Alvina, and
I'm Salsa.
So, in the last episode, we talked about the study and the uni life of our guests here from Germany, and in this episode, we're actually going to talk about the cultural differences between Indonesia and Germany.
So yeah, since we have like different historical backgrounds, so this session will be so much fun and it is gonna be interesting. So yeah. So Winke, how are you?
Oh, I'm really fine.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit hot because like, we have around 30 degrees and Germany is like maybe 10. If it's a good day in spring.
It's good news.
Yeah.
It is actually nice to see you. It's nice to have you at this time. So yeah, how's Indonesia so far?
Oh, it's amazing. Like really, Indonesia is so busy in comparison to Germany. Like in Germany, like the traffic.
Oh yeah, of course, we're talking about the traffic. Okay.
Yeah, in Germany you always have to follow so much rules and you really have to follow them because otherwise you have to pay a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, and they will always see you because like your car has like signs and you will always see, oh, you were the one like drive too fast or something like that. But in Indonesia it's like first they're driving on the left side.
Yeah.
I didn't know it before, so it was like kind of quite confusing in the first moment, but you get used to it like really easily. So the traffic is a lot, and everything is so busy. And what I actually really like because there's life on the streets. You know, like everyone is like walking or driving their motorbike, a lot of motorbikes.
Yeah.
And they're eating and talking, like there's really life on the street and I like that a lot. So this is like one of my first expressions from Indonesia. Yeah.
I think, you know, we need a little bit of like quite a talent to actually maneuver in Indonesian street because me myself actually struggle a lot because a lot of people crossing the street without the crossing path, and I was like, this is okay. So I think we should move on to next question. Have you picked up any kind of like habits or maybe tradition while you were living here in Indonesia?
I'm just trying to improve my health personal life, so I'm trying to do some exercise more than at home because usually I don't have time for it, but here I'm trying to make time. And I also try to journal because like I got so many experience here and I really want to remember everything at some point in my life, and I really try to journal that I really get all these new informations and all, of course, the culture differences that are new to me. I really want to write everything down that I can always look inside and say, oh yeah, I know again. Yeah, so this is like kind of a habit that I wanted to improve during the time here. Yeah.
So how about the new habit, like Indonesian habit that you already know that you implemented in your life? Like usually Indonesian will eat with their bare hands.
Yes.
Have you tried that?
Oh, actually not yet. But I know how to use chopsticks.
Okay,
Yeah.
chopstick.
Yeah, but some habits from Indonesia that is really like special to me because you're getting up so early in the morning. Like especially when you have like Ramadan,
Yeah.
like we have in the moment, so the people are getting up like around 3 in the morning to eat something, maybe go back to sleep or doing some writing tasks for university. I've heard a lot about that. So you're getting up really early in the morning and some classes are starting at 6:30, what is really early.
Yeah,
In
it is.
Germany, usually the classes start always at 8:30, no, 8:15. So yeah, But I like getting up in the morning. I can't truly understand why, because it's so hot all the time. And it must be so hard to focus or concentrate like in the afternoon where you rather want to go for a nap. So yeah, it's actually good that you're getting up that early.
So, do you have some biggest cultural adjustment that you had to make when you arrived in Indonesia?
It's like a little bit different here because it's most about the clothing, because you're wearing a hijab, and I know I don't have to, but it's like really interesting for me because like everyone is wearing a hijab, and it's actually so nice because I get to know all of you, like all my classmates and all the people here, and they are just so nice, and you really get the character, and that's what I think is a really nice experience before, especially for me, because I'm in Germany. You usually don't see women wearing hijabs, and here I got like the proof. Like really, they are just like they're having the same problems as I. They are just women like I. So it's like a really nice experience to me. And like in university, you have like a dress code. In our university, you can wear whatever you want to. So in this university, you're always like having like long pants and like covering your shoulders, but this is actually quite fine. So it's like wearing a uniform that makes you like more together. What's actually like a nice hint here. So yeah.
Yeah, so how about the language? I know since not many Indonesians talk in English, so how do you communicate with locals around you?
Oh, it's always a little bit funny. Because at first I'm trying a little bit English, but then I realized, oh, it's not going to go anyway. So then I just like with hand and feet and a lot of smile.
Lots of gesture.
Gesture, and so yeah, it's sometimes complicated, but sometimes really surprisingly, some locals are come to speak up to me in English. I just had once when I was like a little grocery shopping in a little shop nearby, and someone speak to me, "Oh, hello, how are you? And where are you from?" And I was so confused. And yes, I'm the English teacher here in the university.
That's so funny.
Sometimes the people are just finding me because I look so different.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, you will get along anyway.
Yeah, interesting.
It's not that difficult.
Yeah, so because Indonesian people are very, very social. Even like locals in here, like they just greeting us a lot, like in the street, and so I think the social interaction is quite different between Indonesia and Germany. So I think I really want to ask about kind of like how do social interaction differ from Germany and like Indonesia from your personal experience?
I think the Germans are always known for being like really focused and strict and punctual and getting work done, and so this might be like also the attitude that we usually have in Germany. The German people are just like more, I don't know how to explain, but like more modest about their like, let's have a look first and then be open, you know. They're like a little bit more skeptical, I think. And here in Indonesia it's like, oh, you're welcome, I would love to learn some German words or something. Yeah, you're a little bit more open, but sometimes Indonesian people are also a little bit shy because like they usually don't speak that much English here. But I always like try and come on, you can do it. Like you can just learn speaking English while speaking. Just try. And I usually say, as long as you can describe what you mean, you will be perfectly fine. So yeah, this is like a little bit different from German. Germans are like more stiff. Yeah.
So talking about punctuality, so I would the time management compared between the two countries, between Germany and Indonesia?
In Germany, everyone has to be punctual.
Oh,
But I'm not always, so
Yeah.
maybe I'm specialist, like really you always be punctual at work, you always be punctual to classes, because some lecturers from our university are really strict about when the people are not there at a certain time, they just close the door, and then this class is going to be closed for you because you were not there at the right time. So being punctual is a part of living in Germany, so yeah, it's like quite different. In Indonesia, it's like everything a little bit more flexible, but what I actually like, but you have to get used to it at first, so yeah, but it's not that difficult. You would just go with the flow here.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
I mean, people in here are pretty laid back about every single thing,
Yeah.
But I actually heard a theory about people who come from the tropical country and compared to people from the more of a cold climate, they have a very different attitude toward kind of like time management. Because in here, we have kind of like sun out of pretty much, 365 year. So we kind of like have the attitude about like, oh, it's always going to be sunny, it's always going to be kind of like, bright outside. So we can be, we can't just be a little bit laid back in our daily life. But like people in cold climate, because they have very limited sun time, they have to be like, oh, you have to do this before it gets dark and something like that. So I had a theory about that.
Oh, that's interesting. I just know about that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
That
always
makes
have
sense.
to. Yeah, definitely. The conditions are changing always, so you have to have always a backup plan. Keeping a jacket with you, or like stuff that you need, or when you have a long day, you prepare some food or drinks, like that. You always like have a plan for everything and every case, and you're so used to planning everything out that sometimes it's don't forget to live during the planning.
This will be the last questions in this session. So we're looking back. So what do you think about the most valuable things that you learned while you were staying in Indonesia?
I guess the first thing that I thought is like growing up in Germany is really a privilege, like health insurance and clean stuff, and like everything is so clean in Germany and so organized, and I feel really, really privileged, and also like maybe because like I have the opportunity to go wherever I want, and it is nice to have this experience, and that I am actually welcome here. This is like one of something that makes me think a lot, like really that I can do whatever I want, and sometimes it depends on like how much money your family has, and in Germany sometimes like you don't need much money to do all the things you want to, and so I don't know, but it seems like something like that is like sometimes really difficult for you, like you can't just go everywhere you want to, maybe depends on what's written on your passport or stuff. That makes me think a lot, so I will bring like a lot of deep thoughts home with me, like really, but what I can also say is that everyone here is like so happy, like they really enjoy the little things, and sometimes when I look back, like my life in Germany, it's like always like it is not enough, or this is not enough, like not appreciating the little things. That's something that I learned here, like really be happy about living and health and like the little things that really matters. This like makes me think a lot.
What I learned from this session is there's no better culture. We're just different, and that differences, that diversity complete us each other. So that's the good point. So more session about culture, as we talked about culture before. And on the next session, we'll be talking more about food, and maybe we'll try some food, some Indonesian food, as we introduce our cuisine to Winka. So stay tuned. Bye!